in order for him to make America and the American people great again? Do the Labour government and Keir Starmer ever think they'll put Britain and the British people first eventually?
Oh, Lucy, I'll let you answer that.
Well, look, I mean, on the question, I'm not going to really get into the motives of God. That's definitely above my sort of pay grade. But on the wider issue of the relationship with Donald Trump and opinions on Donald Trump, and it's much easier, by the way, it's much easier to write a weekly column than it is to run a country and all of the things that involves. And as Matthew said, look, Donald Trump was elected with a very clear mandate, with a very clear agenda, and he won that election pretty clearly, let's be honest, of one of our strongest and most enduring allies, and he's got every right to run the country and make the decisions on the basis of having won that election as he sees fit and in what he thinks is the right approach for his country. As we were elected 6 months ago with a clear mandate for change, and we have every right to run our country the way we do.
So the gist of Mark's question, I think you're being a bit sort of facetious, probably about did God save and save the world, but the point is he going to make things better? So let me put the same question you put today. At the end of his term, do you think America will be better than it is now?
Well, it's not for me to really. It's just not really for me to judge that, is it? I'm not an American. I'm not living there. I'm not on the end of those. On the end of those decisions, he can. You know, obviously, he's well within his rights to sort of take the decisions that he wants to take for America. I think what's important from the British point of view, and as you say, you know, we are. I see myself as a member of the government, almost as a custodian, if you like, of that relationship with America. It's not for me to come along, or for Keir Starmer or for anybody else to come along and destroy that very special relationship.
But the relationship is going to be a transactional one. You know.
But there are many things that we could transact over in our common interest.
That's my point.
On defence, on global affairs, on trade. And there are many areas that we will seek to work with America on our common interest, because he wants to do what's best for his country, we want to do what's best for ours, and there are many areas where we can work together to do that.
He will be very tough-minded about it, but so will every American president. So we have to deal and find what's good for both of us. That's the main aim.
Absolutely.
Man here in the front.
God created Adam and Eve, and Donald Trump's policy of a two-gender. What do the panel think about that, please?
Oh yes, let's ask about that, shall we? So Donald Trump basically said that the US will only recognise as two sexes, male and female. Lucy?
Yeah, well, there are two sexes. There are two biological sexes. Gender is a different thing to sexes in those sort of definition terms, but there are two sexes.
And shutting down all the diversity and equality and inclusion offices in the government?
Well, that's not an approach we take in this country, because we have many inequalities in our country, and that's something that this government is seeking to address. You know, women are paid less than men. If you want to define what a woman is, it's someone who does the same job and gets less money for it, does all the caring at home and gets no thanks for it. If you want to have a conversation about what a woman is, there are many deep-seated inequalities. If you are from a black or ethnic minority background in this country, you face many prejudices and many problems. So we do have to strive out those inequalities. There are regional inequalities in this country as well. One of the big reasons that we don't have the growth that we want.
All right,
so,
we're asking about Trump's policies, but OK, let's move on, take another question.